For days, a shroud of thick smoke has lingered over some of Australia's major cities. Sydney copped it twice in 1 week, while the Gold Coast and Adelaide also suffered. In Victoria, it wasn't smoke, but the threat of thunderstorm asthma. Hazardous air leaving some people breathless. Among them was 43-year-old Tamara Talbot, who struggles with severe asthma.
It's heaven when I get back in the car, because obviously the air conditioning is a lot better. And I dread when I have to open the door to get out of the car, because that initial hit of the smoke, it hits my lungs straight away and just sort of takes your breath away.
With smoke coming from fires just outside of Sydney, her job as a travelling sales rep meant having extra precautions in her car.
So my number one go-to is my Ventolin. So the second I get tight, this is the first thing I reach for. If I'm really bad and I get to a stage where I do need to go to hospital and I am in a lot of trouble, I also have my EpiPen that can be administered for my asthma. And if I'm on site, I do have a mask. I worry about my family. I think it puts a lot of stress on them and a lot of worry on them. My daughter's had to ring me an ambulance before, which is not a very nice thing for your child to have to do.
Welcome to school. Can you go straight into your classroom for me? Great, thank you, Zena. Good morning.
Children are among the most vulnerable, and at Toongabbie Christian College in Sydney's west, outdoor playtime was cancelled and everyone was kept safely indoors.
This morning at about 5:30 I saw the smoke away, and 30 minutes later it was just there. So I think this has been the worst that I've seen it.
Along with morning hymns was a warning about the dangers in the air.
Today you will notice that it's a little bit smoky outside. This morning we were playing inside to keep you safe.
You really need to cover your face with a hanky.
I mean, I can't predict bushfires when they're going to happen, but I think that we all should be ready with a plan to manage the circumstances of the day.
The smoke in Sydney exceeded the hazardous air rating of 200 up to 8 times. It prompted yet another warning from health authorities and led to comparisons to some of the most polluted cities in the world, like New Delhi and Beijing. In southeast Queensland, the air in parts of the Gold Coast was considered worse than India. Weeks of exposure to pervasive smoke landed 7-year-old Abel Lapo from Coomera in intensive care.
Really, really frightening. The constant coughing and wheezing. He just kind of lost consciousness and they had to resuscitate him.
Along with his life-saving equipment by his side is an air purifier.
On a bad day, our house is nearly full of smoke. We lock up every door, every window, and we pretty much just have to live in aircon.
In Newcastle in New South Wales, patients suffering from the bushfire smoke have been coming to see respiratory doctor Professor Peter Walk at the John Hunter Hospital.
People who've got a lung condition or some problems such as asthma or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease are at greater risk and are more susceptible to the effects of bushfire.
Peter Walk says even clear days can be deceptive, with potentially deadly air particles that can't be seen.
By the time you can see and smell smoke, there are often very high levels present in the air, and that can cause serious problems. In addition to that, very small particles can be present at the same time, and they're perhaps more insidious in that they can cause further problems even once some of the smoke has started to clear.
And as bushfires become more intense and more frequent, perhaps Australians will have to get used to a future of smoke haze.
People with lung disease really are the canaries in the coal mine in that they're having problems. The rest of us, if we keep getting exposed to levels of high levels of pollution, it's really no good for any of our health.
For asthmatics like you, what does the future hold?
Our country is very dry at the moment, and so obviously it doesn't take much for a bushfire to start, and with the winds and stuff we get, and Sydney being a big basin that it is, it seems to get trapped in the city and takes a long time to disperse, so it's very concerning.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 7:30's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.